Come on, Ashley.
All right, everyone, welcome.
Man.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yikish welcome. Welcome
Welcome to the first dance.
Welcome to the
My name's Ashley.
It's going great, I like this.
Do you want to start again?
No.
Fucking wheels flying off the car as it careens over the edge.
Hey, everybody. This is Punisher Warzone, the final Punisher bonus episode we're doing in my ass from Vietnam.
Why did you go from Tommy Wiseau into a poor Christopher Walken impression?
I'm glad you clarified it's a poor Christopher
Thank you,
Walken.
yeah.
Well, it wasn't a good one, but I knew where he was going.
Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher Walken.
It was like a drunk imitator was in the room.
It's Punisher Warzone. Hello, everybody.
It's Punisher Warzone. Hello, everybody. Joining me today,
It's Punisher Warzone. Hello, everybody.
Christopher Ashley Walken. On my right is Louise,
Wagwan.
and on my straight in front of me is a Dane.
Hello.
So yeah, we watched Punisher Warzone 2008. I got it.
All right.
2008.
And you just need a little help hosting sometimes, Ashley.
I know. It's all right.
I just
I'm the
need to
Make-A-Wish
edge you
kid.
along a little bit.
I'm the Make-A-Wish kid for the first episode. You decided to keep me on for some reason. You thought, oh, we'll shuffle off the coil eventually.
There was
Silly fuckers!
Some horrible, mean jokes, horrible thoughts ran through my head. None of which I shall say out loud on the podcast.
Pinhead is a terminal disease.
Listeners, Ashley has a tiny head.
Tiny. As all your mothers can attest. So yeah, did you guys like the Punisher? What notes did you have on the Punisher? Was it a good Punisher?
You see why I say you need help hosting.
Christ. I really like this film.
I fucking love this film.
Scratch that. I fucking love this film.
Okay, I watched this film 7 days ago. I can barely remember it until I looked over my notes, and I can remember the specific bits for 90% of those notes.
And how much did you specifically love those specific bits?
I don't remember. It was obviously a very there.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Full Starts Podcast. Ashley isn't joining us today. It's just me and Dan.
Yeah. The people who are right here. Because this movie is fucking great. Do you know what? My friendship with Punisher 04 has ended. Punisher Warzone's my new best friend now.
Yeah, I think after Punisher 04, we needed this movie to repair the holes in our relationship.
Yeah. I don't care about any other Punisher. This is the one. This is
What
the
else
one
will
for
I
me.
fuck?
Who's that?
I think that was Ash.
I thought he wasn't joining us today.
Well, apparently he hasn't left the room.
Ashley, do you want to? If you're here, be here, host. Come on now.
Guys, what did you
Oh,
think
fucking
of
hell,
Punisher? Punisher Warzone is a film in 2008 directed by Lexi Alexander.
Yes, it is. Well done.
Thank you.
I have stickers somewhere.
It's good that I get
Pat his little pinhead.
deserved praise. Ow, my pinhead.
Right, should we just go through the movie as per usual chronologically?
Yes, that's what I was doing.
Was it?
And then you were like, fuck this. What is this alien
Was
saying?
it? These are meant to be light, quick and breezy specials, Ashley.
Why this alien come here speak our lingo?
Punisher 04 was already double the length of Punisher 89. Let's move on. Can't-
Film, notes, talk,
Okay.
make humorous anecdotes.
Right off the bat, I see this movie is 1 hour and 40 minutes long, which is a much nicer running time than Punisher 04.
My first note is I thought it was kind of a cold open,
Oh yeah, it's
which I kind of liked.
it's got my favourite of running theme for all Punisher films is more news exposition. More story from newscasters.
Right, so
I've got a feeling I didn't like this film because my second note is verbatim, fuckity fuck, what stupid fuckery is this?
I've got a feeling that's where he was hanging upside down from a chandelier.
No, because that's my third note.
Okay?
I'm not there yet. My next note is it's him from The Wire.
Yeah.
I've not seen The Wire still.
Fuck.
Nor have I. I'm not going to. I've seen episode 1,
Oh,
as he's eating a shrimp. Num num num.
you people are heathens.
So episode 1, I thought they all spoke very gangster for my liking, and I couldn't quite grasp what they were saying.
And I still
it
can't get
bothers me.
over having one computer in an office and them tip-tapping with 2 fingers. I'm writing a report, Gov.
But you can accept aliens invading Earth.
Yeah. Because that's real, Dan.
Right. Opening credits. Julie Benz is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is what she did since Buffy and Angel finished.
Sad times. Sad times. I've got about we see the cops, so we see after the cold opening and the new stuff.
Can we touch on the chandelier bullshit?
Oh,
We're getting there. We will get
yeah.
there.
That is the cold opening.
Yeah, we absolutely can.
Because we've got a bunch of mobsters to see first before we get to the chandelier. Do not
Again,
don't spoil it.
apologies, I do not remember this film.
We do.
The
we
cops
do.
talk about the Punisher like he's fucking Batman. Like, the guy directing this thought he was directing a Batman movie, so they had to tell him, no, it's Punisher. It's like, oh, shit.
Was a woman that directed it, Lexi Alexander.
Sorry, I'll rephrase that then.
It's all right. No, guy is non-gender specific. I'm just telling you.
Okay, fair enough. She did a great job.
I loved it.
Fucking love this film.
Absolutely loved it.
I'll tell you the main thing I liked about this was how it was purposefully shot, so the majority of the action was always occurring on either the left or the right of the screen, as a la comics.
Uh-huh.
I remember that.
That was Lexi, what
And
she
I
was
liked
going for.
It certainly was, yeah.
And then
I want to say,
Yeah.
up front, up top,
On the left.
that it feels that this, before we go any deeper, this movie is what the Punisher 89 was trying to be. This is what Punisher 89 could have been had it had a budget.
What you're saying is...
Because they are, in
Punisher
essence, the
89
same film.
No, you're saying Punisher 89 tried
No.
and failed to be a Punisher film.
No. I'm saying it's not as good as this film. Still better than 04.
It's not.
we're not here to talk about those.
We are
two.
not here to talk
We're
about those films.
this one.
I'm just saying that this is essentially same movie as Punisher 89. Non-stop action, no explanations.
Oh,
Most
no,
of the
there's-
storytelling done through news.
There's a big lull in the middle where effectively nothing happens.
There was no lull. I was start to finish. Nothing. No.
Yeah,
Looney Bin
there's
Jim.
there's a lull in the middle.
I love Looney Bin Jim!
No, not Looney Bin Jim, but just when Punisher decides I'm not going to punish anymore. And the movie just stops happening for
Right.
like 45
We'll
minutes.
get
Well,
there.
we'll get there. My next note is after we're seeing all the mobsters round up, and it's, oh God, a poor Godfather impression. I'm into
tell
it.
me about it.
I'm into it. So into it. I just
Every mobster in the movie talks like this. Hey, I talk in stunted sentences.
What you
Hey,
gonna do
I
about it?
talk in stunted sentences too. Hey, I'm Mickey Blue Eyes.
Why do you gotta say Johnny Tight Lips?
And then during this meeting with him, and it's him from The Wire, we see at 5 minutes 20, just like fake Marlon Brando go, da 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 da. Sorry, what? What did you say?
Yeah, hang on. Isn't there something about, hey, you're fucking about and pissing my money up the wall, but you're making me loads of money?
Sure,
Probably.
That
sure.
rings a bell.
I couldn't get through.
5 minutes in, I write, is Dominic West going to become Jigsaw? Because he's obsessed with his looks. And that is the only Punisher villain I know.
Oh, I also have
And
to note,
sure enough,
I have a note that it's just running throughout this movie, and that's gangster parkour. Every gangster knows
we're not
parkour
there
in this
yet. We're
film.
not there yet.
Oh, we will get there.
We'll get there. Just
I'm
listeners,
so excited to talk
listeners,
about
keep this in
everything in this
mind.
movie.
gangster parkour.
But before the gangster parkour and after Marlon Brando,
Not Marlon Brando.
The Punisher, first thing he does, he chops a head off.
He chops not Marlon Brando's head right off.
snaps the neck of an old woman,
Yeah.
jumps on a chandelier
Oh, the shirt
that supports his weight while he's hooked the back of his knees
upside
onto it,
down.
and then fucking spins it around, firing his 2 guns.
No tactical advantage for that whatsoever.
I
But
want to
it's-
swing from the chandelier.
Oh, it's
It's
fucking
so-
glorious,
I
isn't
get
it?
to that chandelier scene. I just write this movie 10 on 10.
He kicks a
fucking
chair leg into a man's eye in that same scene.
I mean, this is the fucketry I was talking about.
he-
All of this stuff straight off the bat is make it a bit believable.
He breaks someone's nose with a pencil.
Ah, well, we know all about pencil foo. It's a genuine thing.
When he shoves a chair leg into somebody's eye, my note is, me and this movie are going to get on just fine.
This movie is wonderful. Off the bat, love it. So that opening scene really sets up what this movie is going to be.
Yes. And then the Punisher goes to one of those famous family-owned glassworks parkour and rave parties.
Yeah.
Before that,
Before that, we get them talking in a container that's got a couple of office chairs in it. And the Irish Jamaican guy turns up and starts talking.
he's just an Irishman.
No,
Yeah, you see, now
is
I
he
thought
Irish or
it.
Jamaican? Because he
He's Irish.
can't
He's
decide
Irish.
his
His
accent.
name's Max something.
He can't decide his accent.
He's Irish. Well, it's a very bad Irish accent.
It's a very bad Irish or Jamaican accent, and I don't know which one he's doing.
I like you. I was kind of surprised when the parkour Rastafarian who wasn't a Rastafarian was Irish turned out to be Irish. And I don't know if that says more about me.
It does. You're racist. His name was McGinty or something like that.
And then I'm like, well, of course, why can't he have an Irish accent?
Punisher, 2008 Warzone, breaking down walls.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
So they come in and there's something
But
about
then-
doing something, and they parkour out of the scene.
Oh, they don't want to leave through the front door.
No,
they have to go through the
parkour
fucking
out the
window
scene.
or
I
whatever.
fucking love them.
But even before that,
Hold on.
after all the mobster stuff,
Yeah.
It's not racist though, is it?
it is.
It's not racist to assume that he was going to be a stereotype when everybody else in the movie talks like this.
I'll give you that. It probably gets you out of left field if you're not as culturally wired in as I am.
Of course.
Um,
You want to hear some of the
Don't shake
jokes he
your head
makes
at me,
off air
Dan.
as listeners?
I can see the money pouring out of your pockets there.
What, I'm being paid by the Cultural Corporation? What?
Culture Corp.
Yeah, sure. I wasn't really
Corp.
sure where I was going with
Yeah.
that. Let's go with that.
Um,
Anyway, this rave.
no, before the rave, after the whole mob thing, we find out that Punisher's got a friend in the police
Yes.
who gives him his car.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Punisher doesn't have a bike in this Punishverse and has to rely on charity cars.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I got there.
But
I must
as
say that
we see in this movie that he doesn't really do a lot of driving because he spends most of his time walking around the streets of New York, fully loaded,
yeah.
dressed as the Punisher, under bright neon lights.
Can
Not even a concealed carry, just a carry.
we talk about the fact that he lives on the train tracks? He lives in a secure little room as part of the train tracks somewhere. I don't know if that's a step up or down from the sewer.
It's up from the sewer, down from the apartment.
Yeah, I think that's what I'd say. Yeah, his living quarters really fluctuate.
I do not remember them. Why do I not remember this film? I remember Looney Bin Jim. That's about it.
Mate, you really need to rewatch it. We should all get together and rewatch this film
Yes.
every day.
So
But
they're
that'll interfere with our Muppet Treasure Island cast and our watching all of The Wire from season 1.
and every Christmas Carol.
No,
No.
So he heads off to this this industrial
Glass
rave gangster
recycling
glass
comp-
recycling place, right?
Yep.
And one of my notes is he pulls out a tiny little hand crossbow
Yeah.
with a laser pointer. And
Yeah,
I
he does.
fucking love it.
He absolutely does. A little Swiss Army crossbow.
I was like, is he pulling out? Is that Soundwave? No, it's a crossbow. Oh, it's a crossbow. Yeah.
Dominic West gets his face churned up in broken glass.
yeah, humans are not recyclable. Film. do not put them through
How
the same
do you
process.
live through that?
As he's going through it, this glass processing machine, getting broken bottles shoved into his face, Dominic West is shouting, "Ow, my face!
Yes, he is. Oh fuck!
My face! Ow!
Do you understand what is happening, audience?
Oh gosh!"
Oh man, he's fantastic. in
And
this
then he
film.
obviously becomes the Jigsaw, only Punisher villain.
I'm
I
gonna
know.
say I'm gonna say this now because I think I have to for Dominic West. I've shat on Dominic West a bit in the past with the Lara Croft stuff, but I kind
Did
of
you
like
know? Rrrr.
it. Yeah, he's into that. Scat boy.
He's the scat boy.
So
Beautiful unison there, boys.
Were we in harmony?
You're in harmony, yes.
Good-o.
wonderful. Yeah, so he he was kept being told by Lexi Alexander to be more outrageously stupid,
Oh wow.
more flamboyant, more, and he was
More
like,
Two-Face.
yeah, he was like, I don't want to do this. Is this right? Is this really? Yeah, do it. And so I can't really put this on Dominic West. He just gave it his all.
no, but I love
Lexi
his
Alexander, that
performance.
was the right call.
Perfect. And so as he's mowing his way through this, he keeps pulling guns out of nowhere. And I keep thinking, well, Jesus Christ, how many guns has he got hidden away in that jacket? Just every, 10 seconds, he's pulled a new gun out from somewhere. Like, man, you've got... you have a lot of firearms. You're storing some up your ass, ain't you, mate?
I'm sorry I didn't take an itinerary. I failed you, Dan.
That's okay.
The movie is really colourful. And by that I mean that each scene so far at the 17-minute mark has been primarily one colour. Every
no.
location is one colour.
What do I have note on this?
His
Something
basement
like-
is blue.
Yep.
The mafia house is yellow. The rave recycling
Yes.
plant is like green.
It's also yeah.
I'm sure there's a reason for it.
It is. It's because CMYK. So for
The band with Bam Margera.
Oh, really? It's to give it the feel of the comic
That one good
books.
song they did.
So using cyan, magenta, black, and yellow.
Yeah.
So that's why they had that kind of filters on it.
Okay, see,
That's really cool.
I'm jogging his memory.
He's doing well.
Mhm.
At 19 minutes, I've put down, and I think I'm correct in saying this, that the Punisher hasn't spoken. He's just
has.
murdered people.
You are correct. No, he hasn't.
He spoke to the cop.
No, he didn't. I think 25 minutes is when he finally talks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I've also got It's Him from Resident Evil.
How many children and what genders are they in this version of the Punisher?
2, and they're both girls,
Are they?
I believe.
Think so?
Well, I've forgotten. I've just written, why do these films vary on Frank's children? If he only had a girl in the comics, why do they keep deciding, let's fuck about with it?
Do you know what I like about this movie? We don't need to spend 35 minutes with his family.
You know,
This
true.
one gets it right.
Yeah. give me
Like
that.
like 89.
I-
and
I've
like the
written down
Netflix
here,
series.
I like the
just show it in
flashback scene.
flashbacks.
I do like that flashback.
Yeah, just show it in flashbacks. Haven't been distressed. The audience can fill in the gaps.
I've got a quote here. I don't know where it fits in, but I know it's before we first see Jigsaw.
Okay.
You Krispy Kreme motherfuckers. I don't know. I'm assuming it's talking about cops.
I think the Punisher's
Yeah.
talking to the cops there.
Right.
So-
Okay.
There's so he's killed his way through his place, and he accidentally kills an FBI agent,
Yes, he does.
and it kind of sets him into, oh dear, I killed a good guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he
How is he
disappears,
to know?
and then we get It's Him from Jurassic Park.
Nedry.
Yep.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And I'm honest with you, he sounds more into being the Punisher than the Punisher does. Like he wants to be the Punisher more than the Punisher. The way he talks,
Watch a Dennis Nedry Punisher film.
I would watch a Dennis Nedry Punisher film.
In the police station basement with the Punisher task force, we like the whatever his name is, Detective Soap.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He has the family tree of the Costa family,
Mhm.
the mafia family, and
They make great coffee.
it's all made with screenshots from the movie.
Is it really?
Yeah, and it's not the only movie to do this. You know, make a family tree, make a whatever, like connect the dots with screenshots from the movie. And I like why do movies do this? Because it's got to be in the script. It's got to be that, you know, oh, we're gonna have a fucking. They reference it. This is the Costa family tree.
Right? It's
Well,
gotta
no,
be a
no,
budget
it's-
reason.
Why not just take 5 minutes to take a photo of all your actors on set that day?
It's gotta
Because
cost, though.
that's too much effort.
It's
You've either got their headshots, which ain't gonna fit in with this, you know, unless you impose some sort of here's them in a jail cell holding their numbers and shit, or you've just got, well, this is what we've already done. Here's pictures of them. That is how they look in this film.
You just get a runner with an iPhone on set that day to take a photo of them in the fucking trailer.
Why
don't
do they
even
all
need
look like they're in their trailer in dressing gowns or whatever? Then it's like, yeah, this is the FBI agent, the one we sent in.
Because
He-
you
he-
know they'll definitely be in there.
No, here's the thing. You've got street sets, so you literally just turn the lights on. You get them walking about during the day.
It's not going to take a lot of effort. It just bugs me when movies do this.
It is going to add to an already busy schedule on filming when time is money.
Do it after it's called cut and they're setting up for the next scene when they're checking the gate, because this movie was definitely shot on film.
But it's still, you're gonna go for the easy option, which is here's a still from this frame. Here's
Or
a
the
still
the easy option, what is fucking compositing it in post.
Yeah, it's what every fucking one does. We'll do it in post.
No, I don't like it. So
Well-
25 minutes in is when Frank Castle finally talks. I was wondering if he was going to stay silent for the entire movie. Or maybe Ray Stevenson had a really stupid voice.
You Krispy Kreme motherfuckers.
That's it. Like, I'm the Punisher. Elmo's the Punisher.
Put down your guns.
It's me, a Punisher.
La 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 la. Chillac for the eye.
So Jigsaw becomes a thing after that scene. After Frank Mope says, "I'm not going to punish anymore."
Yeah.
Did you guys notice how fucked up his whole thing was after going through like a glass thresher?
Yeah.
Yeah, his face was all fucked up. He had 3 tiny scratches on the back of his hand.
But that we do get the plastic surgery scene where it's like, oh,
We
your
do.
skin was fucked. We had to take skin from your asshole. Or wherever he took it
We
from.
put like screws in your face and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like and a bit of a cockatiel. It's
What
like, that's
is
not
up-
how it works,
The
mate.
bloke had like 2 hours. 2 hours to do that. He did a fucking good job.
Yeah. What is up with the sound effects when they're taking the bandages off Jigsaw's face? Do you guys remember it?
I remember the scene. I don't remember the sound.
He's
effects.
taking the bandages off of Jigsaw's face and it's crackling. And squelching and snapping.
Oh yeah, sculpting. Yeah.
Oh, I
like-
don't know why.
And
It's
as he,
opening to Seinfeld, apparently.
Boom, 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 chicka.
I'm pretty sure bandages don't snap, crackle, and pop. Is my point.
Depends what they're made of.
Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
So we do get the funny scene where we get a mobster sitting there watching his face, and the mobster's son throws up.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so disgusting.
And then we have to get a shot of him taking out the room and say, "Hey, pull yourself together, kid.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Italian stereotype.
be
yo,
a man.
Hey.
Hey, mano, hey."
31 minutes. He's killed the plastic surgeon. They're all in the car
With
together.
scissors
Yes, killed him with scissors.
in the forehead.
It's like,
Yeah.
don't,
Because the easiest way for scissors to
don't call me
gain
Dave
entry.
Obviously.
anymore.
Yes.
From now
Yes.
on, I'm Jigsaw.
No. He doesn't say it like that, does he?
Call me.
He says, call me Jigsaw. Like he's really proud. Call me Jigsaw.
Which
It's as if
means
he's wanted to be called that all his life.
Exactly. He's so proud.
And now I
he's,
can.
he's been thinking of it after he killed Serge. Like, wait, that really cool nickname. Oh yeah, I can use it because my face is fucked.
He's so proud of the nickname that he's come up for himself. But my points are, 1, what else are they going to call him? Look at him.
Fuckface.
2, is he only calling himself Jigsaw because of the advert on TV he saw 5 minutes ago for a jigsaw?
Really?
Yeah. No, it wasn't for a jigsaw. It was a picture of the Statue of Liberty and had like a jigsaw effect
Yes.
over it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the advert was for, but he was watching it
Do you
in
get
the
it?
office just
Do you
after
get it?
he
He's
killed the
Jigsaw.
doctor. At least
Yeah.
his sense of irony was intact either way.
What if he killed people with a jigsaw? Like if he killed the doctor with one instead of fucking scissors in the bonds.
With
So-
Tobin Bell. Just hitting people over the head with an old man.
You probably deserve this.
So we get a second flashback in this, right,
Mm.
to see Frank happy, and apparently he was just fucking Fred from Scooby Doo before he became the Punisher. He's got the fucking ascot and everything.
That's right, yeah.
Fucking great.
Miami Vice.
Can we talk about Looney Bin Jim yet?
Yes, we can
Yes,
because we're
okay.
going to the asylum.
love Looney Bin Jim so much.
The
So can I
first thing
point
we
out-
get.
We get the asylums are evil and filled with evil people.
Did you get
Thanks.
that reference? Yeah, because
Thanks, 20 steps back.
the nurse goes in, or the carer or whatever,
Who is fat?
who is
Yes.
fat
Eats
people, am I
applesauce
right?
in front of his face.
And then his line verbatim is, "How we doing today, Looney Bin Jim?"
Yep.
His name is James.
Mm-hmm.
How are we doing today, James? I'm your carer. Here's some applesauce. No, Looney Bin Jim. Nom, nom, nom.
Nom. I eat the applesauce in front
And then
of you.
Looney Bin Jim eats his kidney
Yep.
So I've got
and
written.
says,
Yeah.
"Yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy, tummy, tummy."
Mhm.
He talks about how apple juice and kidneys are a delicacy in, I think it was Sweden.
Somewhere.
Mm.
When he says, "Yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy, tummy, tummy," I laughed aloud on the tube. It was right before he ripped a man's kidneys out. Anyone who could see what I was watching must have thought I was a fucking sociopath.
So I've got down
So
here
they know you well.
when he turns up and I'm watching written down. I put down, "Oh God, Jim is fantastic."
Isn't he?
Oh, I love
Isn't
it.
he? Isn't every... I love this movie.
Right, I see what you mean now by a lull halfway through, because my next note is 10 minutes from the end. So,
Yeah.
over to you guys.
36 minutes. The FBI informant's wife. What a woeful actor.
It's Julie Benz.
She was sorry, she was terrible.
Stay away from
She
my
is, yeah.
child. Stay away.
I hate you, Punisher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate
Stay
you.
away.
Get away from my child.
Don't want your money. Cut.
Like-
Sorry, guys. Can we just roll that again? The film's done. Oh shit. All right, ship it.
Like, she surely could have given a better line reading, a second take. You know,
Shit. Yeah. Give her a second take. Come on. I know she's in the movie for all of like 2 minutes, but
Yeah.
come on.
I had a horrible sinking feeling that she would be the love interest. He's responsible for killing her mister.
I also thought that as well.
nice that it's not, though.
It is nice. Yes.
You get the feeling that with a bit of time, maybe.
I've got a note here. I'm not sure what it's in relation to, because we're past Looney Bin Jim. But my note is The Punisher Warzone, the most sensitive portrayal of mental instability since Tropic Thunder.
I know exactly what scene this is.
Go on, thank you.
So they're heading into a building because I think they're after information on the FBI guy, right? The FBI informant who was part of this. And as they're going through, Jigsaw comes across a mirror across his face, and it upsets him, right? And and Looney Bin Jim's like, "Hey, buddy, what's up?" And we get this very tender moment between Jigsaw and Jim.
So tender.
Where Jigsaw is crying about how it's so hard because his face is fucked up. And the comic relief mobsters disappear. And so Jim's like, "Hey, buddy, I'm going to make sure you never have to look at your face again." And he starts beating up mirrors.
Yep.
Fucking one of the most surreal, amazing scenes, like headbutting, throwing himself into, drop kicking, cackling while he does it, like he's Cartman
And
from South Park.
is the only scene in which he does it.
Yeah.
He makes it out as if, for the rest of your life, I will do this.
No,
There
we
is-
see broken mirrors later on as
We
well.
do.
Do we?
He's broken.
Okay.
During
Yes.
the police interrogation scene, they let him smash the mirror.
I thought we had
Later on when the raid happens as well.
Yeah.
It's broken mirrors.
I
Anyway,
thought we had Pavlov's gun.
Go on.
Those comic relief goons. Hey, boss, are we gonna need these pills for your loony brother? He's like, no, of course not. And then they're like, well, I'll put it in my pocket anyway, because that'll come in handy later. Never did.
Well, they didn't ring a bell, did they, for the gun to come? For Pavlov's gun.
What did I say?
Pavlov's gun.
What's it gonna be?
Chekhov's gun.
Pavlov.
Pavlov was the dog experimenter man.
Chekhov's
Yes.
Pavlova.
Chekhov's dog.
I'm not sure I'd eat the Pavlova, if I'm honest with you.
The neons, the caricatures of characters, the parkour.
Oh,
This movie is like a Joel Schumacher. You know, I'm just going to read this note verbatim, all right?
Yeah.
The neons, the caricatures, the parkour. It's like if Joel Schumacher Batmans were allowed to go R-rated. And holy fuck, I need to pause this movie to make notes because he just got exploded mid-flip.
Yeah. So the parkour, I kind of want to do Lexi's accent here, but I won't because you cut it. She was basically talking to a friend, and this is around the time when parkour was all the fucking rage in films.
Yeah.
And they're all doing it. And the friend said, yeah, fine, good luck on your film, just don't put any goddamn fucking parkour in it. So she purposely put parkour in it so that she could blow it up.
Mid-flip.
Mid-flip. Yeah.
Mid-flip across a building with an RPG.
And then the main parkour dude gets impaled on a fence.
Fucking wonderful.
So great. What was the next? Oh yeah. So he heads off. So after we see these scenes, we see the Punisher heading off to Jurassic Park, man. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I've got a criminal who's straight. I've got guns for you." And he's like, "I'm not going to do that anymore." And I love Jurassic Park man in this. He's great. He's fantastic. And then he's like, "Oh," Punisher's like, "Oh, I'll leave." And then he comes back. He's like, "Okay, one more job. I'll go kill this one more person." And then the film just dies in the middle. It just straight up dies.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Because we go back to Jigsaw and Looney Bin Jim. And every line, every moment there is a slight lull, every moment there is a pause for breath. Looney Bin Jim lets out a
Yes, he
True.
does.
Well, we do get.
and every time he lets out a I laugh. It doesn't get old.
We do get to see Jigsaw jam a piece of wine glass into a Russian's throat.
Not the Russian. He's not in
Polish?
this.
No. I mean, as in a Russian.
Oh,
monster.
okay. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they. I'm sure they were Russian.
There were Russians in this film.
This is where they go to Julie Benz's house and like they're looking for
no,
the
there are
safe and whatnot,
Russians.
right?
Yeah. So just before that, just before we get to that bit, we get to we see him jam a guy through the neck, and then we get to Julie Benz's house
Where Jigsaw
where they send
goes up
two
into Julie
schlubs.
Benz's face and is like, "What's
Oh.
the matter? Is it your dead husband's birthday?"
No. Before that, we get to the point where the good cop, runs into the Punisher, and they have a kung fu fight in the street because everyone in this movie knows kung fu.
Yeah,
Every single person knows kung fu.
comic book world, of course they do.
Yep.
No, you just got to put it through a simulator, and then, well, I know kung fu.
And like that cop gets the shit kicked out of him, and he lives. Like he gets a face into a car window, and he lives, and it's like, but one punch later on, he's out cold.
Hmm.
I don't get your logic, movie. Anyway, now we're at the house, and the dangerous mob guys, and they send two schlubby cops.
Yep. And then the Punisher shows up
Yep.
to save the day, and at 59 minutes, he punches through a man's head.
I fucking just punches through. I had to rewind because I wasn't sure that actually happens. Like, did I hallucinate that?
Oh no, you
No.
didn't. He punches through a man's head, and it is fucking funny.
Even better for me was they get one of the mobsters, they sit him down, and Frank just blows his face off
Yeah.
with a shotgun. Straight away, the cop goes, "Damn it, Frank!"
Yeah, that was good.
The cop's not even angry; he's just exasperated. He's like, "Damn it,
Yeah, it's
Frank!
like-
Another one!
Yeah,
You
fuck,
just
I knew
stop
you'd do
fucking
that.
killing them, please. And this is where we meet.
I need to question him."
This is where we meet his other cop informant friend. Oh, is it the same cop?
There's
we
only
were from
one.
earlier?
Soap is the only informant,
Who's a
or the only
bumbling
one who's
idiot
friends with
who
him.
lets him out.
Yeah,
Yeah. How'd you get out of the
Oh, yeah,
car
everyone's a kung
when
fu
your
master.
hands are cupped behind your back?
And
they
then
capture
Mm.
Looney Bin Jim and Jigsaw,
yeah.
and they take them to the interrogation room. And I don't know when this happens or the context around it,
Mm.
but I've got a quote from the movie. "I got one thing to say to you." Does anyone remember what that is?
I don't remember that scene.
That's a
no.
line from the movie.
I'm assuming it's Looney Bin Jim, and I'm assuming it's yet another wonderful representation of people with difficulties.
You never go full retard
Mm,
unless you're in Punisher Warzone where it really, really works.
mm.
We'll have to bleep that
Can,
word.
can we talk? What Punisher? Can we talk about?
You don't have to bleep that word, it's a quote.
Okay.
Mm.
So I put down this is effectively
How far can I push that?
this is effectively Jack Nicholson's Batman, only with more murder. It dawns on me. This is Batman Forever with Two-Face and the Riddler.
Yeah, it is.
Only they've just decided murder is fun.
Yep.
Murder is fun. Oh, can't quote me on that either.
Mm.
And we learn about the drugs being pushed,
Yes.
Assume
So
drugs.
this is my.
which I
note.
assume was the T-virus because that's what it looked like.
This is not how amnesty works. You don't just, hey, a crime that we were illicit in, we were part of. I'm going to tell you about that, and we get off scot-free, right?
They
Yeah,
gave
sure.
them total immunity.
Yeah, this is where I write. That's not how the FBI works.
No.
She's like, you get off scot-free, I let you out, you can continue to murder and
And
do
you
what
can hang
want.
around while they're being captured and arrested. Yeah.
Slightly before this scene, though, they go and kidnap Julie Benz and her kid from the Punisher's safe house.
Yes.
And Carlos gets an axe through the chest.
Yeah.
Punisher shows up, and Carlos is a lying sack of shit. Because his last words to Frank Castle, Punisher, are, I tried. What the fuck did you try?
That's true.
He tried
He
to...
tried nothing. He tried getting an axe through his fucking chest, is
That's
what
what I
he
was going to
tried.
say. He tried
did
to
well.
block an axe with his chest and it didn't work. Although I do get an amazing line there where he
I'll
goes,
stop Looney Bin Jim
where it just
with
goes-
my chest for his axe.
He goes, oh, I'll see you in hell. It's like, if I see you anywhere near hell, I'll kick you back out of it.
Yeah.
And then blows his head off.
Also, we've kind of gone past a pretty decent scene where Dennis Nedry's mum gets her head caved in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Looney Bin Jim
And
just
he gets
turns up.
kidnapped.
Yeah.
And I just put down Spike and Iggy, our main antagonists, everybody.
No. Don't you dare.
They get very Spike and Iggy at one
Don't
point.
you dare.
Does every Punisher film have to have a Spike and Iggy?
How dare you.
And yeah, and you get some proper cartoon shit here, because, like, effectively now we're in Storm the Castle.
I'm at 1 hour 13 quickly.
Yeah.
Punisher goes to church.
Yeah.
Neon church.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause-
This
oh, you're
church
an
looks
old
like
friend.
Tokyo on a Saturday night. And if all churches look
Tokyo
like
only turns its lights on Saturday.
they turn all the lights on a Saturday.
it's like
If all
Christmas.
churches look like this, I might start going. It's ridiculous.
See, we get Storm the Castle. We see the good cop inform the mafia, the Russian mafia dude. He said, like, I know who killed your son, your grandson.
Mm-hmm.
They're over here. And then Punisher meets up with him. It's like, yeah, figured they could just cause an issue because
Yeah.
you've got the Jigsaw, you've got a bunch of gangsters.
Stereotypical grouped in a race. So you've
yeah.
got the Irish, the African Americans, and the Asians.
Yakuza? The Asians,
The
yeah.
Yakuzas, I told you this is Punisher 89 all over again.
And we also get the Russians in there as well. And then Frank one punches the cop out cold
Yep.
for the rest of the film. And then he goes in there and goes on a massive killing spree,
Well-
murdering everybody.
Also, do you remember the excuse Jigsaw gave of how, I think it was Jigsaw, about how no one would report them?
Fucking speech he gives. to
Oh, no, not the
rally
In
speech.
front
all
of the American
gangs
flags.
in front of the American flag in a white suit.
Which I don't know if you got
Oh.
this, but that was kind of mimicking US recruitment techniques. I don't know, that might have gone
What?
over your head.
Where did you learn
I
this?
didn't know that. No, thank you.
You've done some deep dives.
Done some research, buddy.
I watched the film.
Oh.
I mean, yeah.
Well, a great moment, and then just full of murder. He kills everybody in that place.
But also,
Yeah.
the excuse they give for, oh, there's going to be all gunshots and explosions and shit. Don't worry. Don't worry. We've gone and told the authorities that we're doing construction. We're going to be blasting dynamite all night.
Yep.
Sound laws? Noise laws?
I
Also-
wanna blast dynamite all night.
Dynamite and gunshots.
Machine gun every day.
Oh, they've just let off 40 dynamites in a row.
Hey, that's just a breaker. That's all that is.
So,
Oh, that's all right. I don't mind you interrupting my sleep. Like, oh, it's construction must happen at night.
yeah. Up until this point in the movie, I've been having to pause it to make notes because it's full on, it's non-stop, and I don't want to miss a thing. During Frank's storm the castle,
Yeah.
I refuse to pause it to make a note because I want to watch it. But this is what I got. Gun through the door.
Mhm.
Explode a crew. Fat bloke's head explosion. Fuck's sake. The fight with LBJ, who is clearly the crazy grasshopper from A Bug's Life.
Dennis Hopper. So,
We get a fight with Looney Bin Jim. Oh yeah, that fight. Yeah.
LBJ.
yeah, but the fight. I
He
mean,
runs
no,
up
so
going,
shooting through the door, I think, is the one. What my final note is the Punisher just kind of looks around and then he kind of cocks an ear towards a door or something and then shoots through it.
Yep.
like fucking Punisher sense activate.
Yep.
Yeah, he activates his supersonic hearing. It's
Yeah.
like you're in there.
Jams his
Bam.
gun through a door, fires a grenade into the middle of the room, explodes an entire crew. I know what the fuck's sake was about. The fat bloke's head explosion. The fat bloke is just sitting. He's just sitting in an elevator shaft reading a book or something while all these gunfires are going on around him. Punisher clocks him and he's like, "Oh fuck's sake!"
Yeah, that's right.
And his head explodes.
It's like, not again.
But we get up there and we see LBJ and Jigsaw have got
Wanna know? LBJ.
the family and Jurassic Park man
Uh-huh.
hostage.
Yeah.
And he's like, pick one, shoot one of them.
I wonder who.
But he gives them their gun and that's no way to punish the Punisher. And then proceeds to Two-Face all over the place, like blasting him in his armor
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. It's like, okay, you got one bullet left. You can shoot one of these and let the other one live.
And I thought that Frank was going to shoot Dennis Nedry.
To be honest with
Nedry.
you, I thought he was going to save them both. But I appreciate the movie, and as much as I don't want to spoil the movie, but here we are.
Mm-hmm.
He shoots LBJ,
Mm-hmm.
and Dennis Nedry gets shot in the face. I was like, oh, so they actually just, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's. Yeah, he gets shot in the face, and then we have a big fight scene between him and Jigsaw.
Which is okay.
Yeah, I really liked it. The big fight with him and Jigsaw where he gets a spike through the tummy,
Yeah,
his yummy, yummy, yummy tummy, and thrown onto a fire pit.
it's like, well, that's what you get for having a fire pit.
And fire starts coming out of his eyeball and face
Oh,
splits.
bloody hell, don't it?
Because
Yeah.
that's how flames work. But who the fuck cares?
I love it, mate. Fantastic ending. Like,
Go on, Ashley.
and I do like the fact he turns around to Ninja and just goes, "You won't feel a thing,"
Yeah.
and shoots Loom and Jim and goes to save the hostages.
Yep.
And throws his gun at Jigsaw.
I like that. I like the whole. We all think that Nedry's going to die. We don't know his real name, but just call him Dennis Nedry. We all think he's going to die, but instead he shoots LBJ, and then
Wanna know?
Nedry gets shot
LBJ.
as a result. So I like the fact that Nedry still died, but not in the way it subverted
Yeah.
how we thought it was going to happen.
Are you saying it subverted your expectations?
It broke new ground.
So just my final thought was I really enjoyed this movie.
Absolutely loved it.
Loved it.
The comedy sidekick, he's way better in this film than the comedy sidekicks in 04. Just everything is better in
And
this
89.
movie. Everything is better in this movie than Punisher 04 and 89, including the sick ass end credits music. That was great.
Which you're
This
going to
is-
sing for us now.
This is
it's
best Punisher.
Not you too, though.
Do 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 do. Punishing people, I shoot them in the face. Jigsaw's got fire out of his face.
We're
Splits.
swinging from the chandeliers. Cool.
I might have come up with a rhyme had you not ruined it.
Yeah, but I didn't care for it. It sounded like something I've heard before. I don't know what.
It was derivative. I'll give you that.
It's a 10 on 10, this film. Go watch it.
11 out of 10. I cannot
I mean,
recommend
you guys
it enough.
say that, but I think the fact that I can't remember it without looking at my notes or without you telling me about
I
it.
envy you. Because you
Because
don't
I can
remember it,
watch
you
it
get to
again.
You get to
experience it for the
rewatch it.
first time again.
See, this is a problem because you only watched it once. You
I
didn't
did.
really get to have its full majesty. So now we have to sit down and watch it again.
Am I allowed to watch things twice now, Dan?
Yes.
Yay!
You always do anyway.
True.
When they're as
How
good
many
as
times
Punisher
have you seen
Warzone.
Battlefield Earth, Dan? How many? He's holding up a finger.
Don't give me that.
I think this instantly jumps to the top of my comic book favorites lists, comic book movie favorites.
Yes. I can agree with that.
Right. Any more for any more?
No,
No.
just watch it, listeners.
it.
Watch it. This has repaired many holes that Punisher 04 podcast.
blew into our
Yeah.
chests.
We're friends again on the podcast,
And I've forgotten who
outside
these
of the
two are.
podcast.
The
Yay.
Punisher breaks friendships and it repairs them. What a loving guy.
The cause of and the answer to all of our friendships. Right, so before I tell you the minimal facts I know about this film, let's go for a breaky poo, where you guys, the audience, the wonderful audience, can listen to our hashtag podwife, happy Lewis, our hashtag podwife for the
Hashtag
day,
Podwife.
Real Feels Podcast. Stick them in the holes that used to be your ears.
Used to.
Yeah, you can get
Getting
hungry.
replaced with fucking subwoofers.
With holes! Didn't you hear me, Dan?
No, I didn't. My ear holes are gone. They used to be there.
Hey everybody, it's Drew,
And Nathan.
and we're coming to you from the Real Feels podcast. Hey Nathan, do you like movies?
I love movies.
Do you like talking about movies?
I could talk about movies for a while.
Hey, you know what? That's pretty great because we're on every other Wednesday, and we're gonna bring a new movie to all of these fans.
All 400,000 of them.
400,000. We're gonna divide that by about 400,000. And how about some new movies, Nathan?
Ooh, some classics.
And maybe some childhood favorites?
And we can't forget the guilty pleasures.
I love some guilty pleasures. You know what? With these movies, I think we should talk about some of our favorite scenes.
By far our favorite quotes.
And definitely. And you know what? Anything else that basically just pops into our head.
I like it.
How about you guys meet us here, like I said, every other Wednesday, same bat time, same bat channel, on your favorite podcasting apps. iTunes, Podbean, and hey, don't forget us on social media. Look for us on Facebook and Twitter.
The Real Feels Podcast.
Hey, I hear it's the realest.
And welcome back to the Punisher Warzone 2008 podcast. This is in Full Stars podcast. Hey, so facts about the film.
Don't we have a sponsor?
Yes, we do got a sponsor because it's on my other page of notes.
Where is my ginger egg?
Hey, everyone. As Lewis just said, we're sponsored by Ginger Eggs. Everyone, please accept these ginger eggs that are Furby-related ginger eggs. Accept them. Thank you. Thank you. What Furby did you get, Lewis?
Listeners, he forgot the ginger eggs.
So that's Ginger Eggs. Enjoy a wonderful chocolate treat before Jinder Mahal comes and fucks it up for you.
We're actually sponsored because he forgot the ginger eggs.
Still smiled by that.
This episode is sponsored by getting well-known phrases wrong, such as "winner winner Sunday roast," "escape by the skin of your knees," and "Hanukkah Matata."
So, did the Punisher film, it was going to have a sequel. Do you know that? But
Yes,
hey,
it
first,
was.
Yeah.
Punisher Warzone, Punisher WWF Warzone.
first, let me tell you some facts about this one.
Tell me.
Go for it.
Oh, your freaking mind. So, the budget was $335
$335 million.
No, just £3.35.
35 million USD budget,
Okay.
and it made a total gross of 10.1.
Yeah, it didn't do well, did
Did
it?
Wow.
not do well. But I've actually written here that this is not only my favourite Punisher film, it's my favourite Marvel film.
Whoa.
Ooh.
For the sole
Fucking hell.
reason, no Stan Lee cameo.
No. But he also doesn't cameo in... I don't think he cameos in Ghost Rider 2.
He doesn't. But I didn't write it down when I watched Ghost Rider 2, so you can get fucked.
So Ghost Rider 2 could also be your favourite Marvel movie.
Don't think I've seen two. I've seen the first one.
Continue.
And that's the reason why I didn't see two. Lexi Alexander approached a Punisher fan forum for ideas and suggestions.
Oh, wow.
And no, she actually says that they were full of decent suggestions. When she actually just went to them, like hands up, and said, "Yo, I'm doing this. What do you want to see?" Apparently, they came up with some good answers for her.
Okay.
I think Lexi Alexander is quite good for that sort of thing. She will listen to the audience. She'll interact with. I've seen her blogs. I've seen her Twitter. She interacts with humans.
On a human level. They shot over 40 nights, so everything was filmed during the night.
You know.
So yeah, no day shoots. And this is technically the lowest grossing Marvel film of all time. Before Ant-Man vs. the Wasp comes out.
Unless you
Hey!
count Punisher '89, which grossed $500,000.
Which isn't a Marvel film.
This isn't. It is though, isn't it?
Well, it's not under the Marvel banner,
Banner.
because by that point I hadn't set the banner in up. So
No.
Is this one Marvel Knights
This
or
is
was that the
Marvel
other
Knights,
one?
yes.
Marvel.
Yeah, okay.
this one and 04 are Marvel Knights.
Right.
No,
okay.
they're not. No. 04 isn't Marvel Knights. There are only 2 Marvel Knights films. One of them is this, one of them is Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
No, you're right, because this movie and
Don't
the
tell
last
me
one
no
were-
and then
yeah,
I'm right.
yeah. No, you're right.
because I got it confused because, as I said in the last one, 04, the company that put out 04 put out one other movie and it was this one. And that was the only
Right,
2
yeah.
movies they did before they closed doors. That's where I was getting
Mhm,
confused.
Yeah.
Fucking apologising to you.
So,
No.
Knob.
You're right.
sequel notes. I want you guys to remember that the whole Punisher bonus thing, which has been nice, was Lewis's idea.
Let's end strong. Come on. Let's end strong. Tell me about what sequel was planned for Punisher Warzone.
It's been nice, and the other 2 they had some firm. Here, these
Yeah,
are the
they did,
sequels
yeah.
that are gonna be.
And I expect this one is much the same.
Do you indeed? Because you've already read and done your little research.
Yes, well, I had to find that they were all 4 stars,
Good.
obviously.
And
in
I'm
order to
glad you did
suggest
that.
it.
Because I got a quote from Ray Stevenson. Basically said he wanted to keep the franchise going and to reprise his role, saying that he wanted Punisher to take on prostitution rings and fight Barracuda, who's another Punisher villain.
Mm.
But because this was such a flop,
Ooh, Barracuda.
Barracuda, ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. It's not that. But because this was such a flop on opening night, everyone knew that the movie didn't deserve a sequel, and so it technically isn't a full start. Lewis, what did you find?
The movie deserves all the sequels, and I didn't find anything because
Movie isn't a
Wasn't-
full start.
wasn't my episode to find stuff
Movie
about.
isn't a full start.
The movie is a full start.
Why? What sequel was going to happen, Lewis?
Of course, there was sequels in the pipeline,
Were there? What, such as?
and Ray Stevenson was signed on for more.
Okay.
And that's as far as I found, because all I had to do, motherfucker, was find out that they all 3 were full starts, and it was your job to research more.
I typed in Punisher Warzone 2 or Punisher Warzone sequel, and I got like 5 Google results in before it started showing stuff that had neither Punisher nor Warzone
I
in the title.
found 3 French magazines from 1989.
Well, French didn't write about my film.
Right, whatever.
Right, give me your pictures.
Yes,
Lewis, go.
the full start link is weak. But it would have been a shame to have left it.
It's
to
true. It's true.
My sequel pitch. It's unorthodox, so veto it if you will, but hear me out.
Done.
It's less of a sequel, more of a remix. Like a Star Wars special edition. If
Like
you
a
will.
rewind fresh out of the
Right.
kitchen.
This movie I thought was almost perfect, and I don't want to risk diluting the brand with an inferior sequel. So my pitch is thus. The Punisher Warzone, again, but every gunshot is replaced with a loony bin Jim laugh. And I call it Punisher LBJ Edition. Ashley, will you allow it? I have a backup if not.
Only if you recast Looney Bin Jim with the corpse of Lyndon B. Johnson.
No, that's a
Then-
deal breaker. I will give you the backup.
Then give me the backup.
Fine. Fine. The only other movie, as we discussed, released under the Marvel Knights banner was Ghost Rider 2 from the guys who directed Crank, the Crank movies.
Okay.
So, I want Punisher versus Ghost Rider, Punisher versus Ghost Rider, co-directed by Lexi Alexander and the Crank guys. Ghost Rider comes to Judge Frank. Frank must survive. It's essentially Terminator 2, but with the Punisher and Ghost Rider.
So,
Punisher versus Ghost Rider.
Oh, I wanted you to call it essentially Terminator 2, but with Punisher and Ghost Rider.
But I much prefer the Punisher LBJ edition.
for worse, what do you call something like Breakfast at Tiffany's? Just completely not equated at all.
I'm going to read mine out now because, as I said, I watched this film 7 days ago, wrote this pitch 7 days ago, just reread it, had a little chuckle. So,
Good that he makes himself laugh.
yeah, I don't even have a name for it. Punisher goes and punches prostitutes until they tell him who's abusing them. Hint, it's the Punisher, because he punched them. And they lead him to a fish tank where they point at the main baddie. Punisher punches the Barracuda in its fishy face, and then they all go and get ice cream. The end.
You were going there.
And the title?
Punisher.
Do you want to use your
fish-
claws?
Barracuda Zone.
Punisher harder. Punish harder. Yes.
Okay.
Good.
okay.
Thank you, Dan.
Use your claws. Okie dokie.
Dan, you go.
Dan's got a
He's just
pitch.
waiting, looking at me.
He sat there with his puppy dog eyes.
Please, sir. Please, sir. Is it my go?
Well, I don't want to be rude. So, my
Wait.
one. Mm.
Dan,
It's
what's your
very
pitch?
late.
So settle in, guys. Frank Castle punishes white-collar criminals by making them do their taxes. It's called Punisher 12A,
Ah.
because kids can come watch it.
Okay. And because 12A is the tax form they have to fill out.
Yes, also, yes.
Okay.
Funny joke.
Fuck you.
That was our hot take on Punisher and wraps up all of our 3 yearly bonus.
Bonanza.
Bonanza.
Bonanza. There we
One year
go.
special Bonanza.
Or does it?
Yes.
Or does it?
Yes.
Or does it?
What?
Because Netflix Punisher series.
Oh.
Has a confirmed sequel.
We're not. No.
Yay.
Yeah, we won't do it.
I said in one of these earlier episodes, the task of these films is to convince me that the Punisher is a good enough character that I want to continue watching him in Netflix. And no, I don't.
What? After Warzone?
Warzone,
End.
I remember it so well. Yeah. So yeah.
We're not going to do the series. Not
No.
unless you listeners call for it. And even then, probably not. Cause
Pay me 20 shiny drachma.
It's 13 hours, guys.
Mm. Okay, thanks for listening to our wonderful stuff. You can find us on other podcast things. Cheers, everyone, and find us on the Twitters and the Facebooks at Full Starts
Where
Pod.
you can vote for your favourite sequel pitch. Mine.
No, clearly mine. We'll see you guys in Battlefield Earth. Bye, everybody.
Bye!
What the fuck?
That was half a sneeze. I was like, I'm going to say bye, then sneeze.
You fucking screamed, and I was like, why is he screaming into the mic?
I didn't mean to.
Bye bye, listeners.
Sorry for that.